Wow, I seriously cannot believe I hit 500 subs. I'm super grateful for that, and I'm glad you'll like my redesign video. To all those new subs, I hope you've watched the previous videos on the Astara region. We're at the 4th gym in town, and after this things might get a little wild. But for now, let me bug you a bit about bug types. So bug types, where to begin? Unlike a lot of other types, bug types kind of tell you what they are. They're bugs, and there's not much wiggle room for that. Not that it's a bad thing, you don't need to get super representational with all the types. Sadly though, bug types aren't exactly the best, usually having lower BSTs and not much in terms of powerful moves. They're usually early game, early route Pokemon for the most parts. But that won't stop me from making some fun bug types of the Astara region. But let's take a short trip to the next city. It isn't far from our current location, Millibran. The route between Millibran and the next town is teeming with bug types due to the fact that Millibran's flower fields have a natural insecticide that keeps most non-poison bug types away. So we wade through Bug Bog Swamp, avoiding all those pesky bugs to find an actual beautiful city. Welcome to Pennant City, the city of song, a combination of Penrith and Perth. Both P's, not really related, but you get the idea. Pennant would be a big city with a dynamic soundtrack like the ones in Black and White, and in the centre of town would be the Pennant Gym, a massive concert hall. But before we meet the gym leader, let's get onto some bug-type Pokemon. Let's start with a cute bug. I like the idea of a bug dragon type. We missed it twice with Goodra, so I'm going to try and right this wrong. The inspiration for this 3-stage is a bit on the nose, but it's the dragon head caterpillar. How cool is it? Looks like a Zoid or something. The little twist on this is that there's no cocoon second stage or metamorphosis about it. We get a little more draconic with it as it goes along. Big eyes, horns from the dragonhead caterpillar, and little nubbin feet to create a cute little first stage bug. Something people would see out in the region and be like, I want that. But I wanted it to look essentially defenseless, a creature you'd see everywhere. I fiddled around with the eye colours for a bit, but settled on the white inside. It helped make it look a bit alien. Misty would hate this one. Grubbug, the Wriggle Pokemon, a bug type. A source of food for bird Pokemon in the Astaran region, Grubbug are found everywhere. Not many of them see the chance to evolve. Grubbug's hindquarters look like a little face, but it sadly doesn't help to dissuade a predator, enticing them more than anything. However, Grubbug aren't entirely defenseless. Sometimes they can well up enough strength to let out a powerful burst of energy. Researchers have found that this is a well of dragon energy born by Grubbug's frustrations. Have you ever seen that weird beta picture of Blaziken Latias? I feel like I just said something rude, but this Evo for Grubbug would be kind of a Latias bug, innocent, and got a bit of that teenage goofiness. But not too goofy like this her sketch. Oh boy, it looked like a weird sippy bird dragon. That's not a bad idea. But the second sketch felt much better. Curious in expression, goofy in shape, and the fake second head started to come into shape. I wanted to show that rubbery body by having it bunch up in a few places. The colours kind of felt unnecessary to change from Grubbug. And here we have a goofy buggy boy, Bipella, the stretch Pokemon, a bug and dragon type. Once evolved, it no longer is worried about predation. It has all the necessary tools for survival. Bipella's rubbery body allows it to move through dangerous terrain with ease, and even can launch its head like tail out like a punch to knock out attackers. Using its suction cup feet, it can scale most surfaces at a careful speed. Because of this, Bipellas like to live on high mountains and cliffs where they avoid other Pokemon. Bipella gains the new ability Rubber Body, where it takes less damage from physical attacks and electric type moves. This one started very awkward. Giant head and everything with the proportions just didn't feel very Pokemon. I opted for a rearing back horse sort of pose, a powerful stocky quadruped. I wanted the face to feel as draconic as possible, and the tail fully becoming a fake second head. I tried something different for colours, reversing it all, but it felt like some strange meat man, or he was sunburnt, which given the region would make sense, but I stuck to the regular scheme, and I think this came out really well, the whole line in fact. Titanosaur, the stretch Pokemon, a bug and dragon type. Despite its appearance, Titanosaur is quite docile, and some people in the Astara region use them as mounts to cross mountainous and hazardous terrain thanks to their suction cup feet. It can compress its entire body down, although this can be a dangerous sign, as it may just launch out body parts with deadly force. Its second head acting as a full force battering ram. It seems to roam around the Astara region laying its eggs all over. No one knows the reason behind this. Okay, so my dear arachnophobes, stand up with me. I'm going to avoid showing many pics of the next Pokemon's inspiration, but skip to here to avoid any ref pictures. Alright, are we alone now? This is the whip scorpion. Technically not a spider, but damn does it look like one. I wanted to take a Drapion approach for this next one, being a scorpion but looking completely off kilter. I love the design for this one, of an upside down whip scorpion, a big old grumpy, cowboy-esque Pokemon folding up the whip arms. The colours I did were actually kind of cool at first, but it felt more like a dragon type scheme like before with Titanosaur. I settled on a more neutral colour scheme and that made it feel almost more unnerving to me. I don't know, maybe seeing black and brown on insects just spooked me. Scarlet, the whip scorp Pokemon, a bug and fighting type. Scarlet are solitary hunters choosing to hang from ceilings and wait for prey to get into range, then striking with its long whip arms. Their arms are capable of extending up to twice the length of its body, so it is usually an apex predator in any environment. Although walking is sometimes difficult for Scarlet, it has the ability to leap large distances using powerful leg muscles in their arms like springs. So this one is a bit goofy, a thing invented by me and my think tank in the lab. A cockroach that disguises itself as a flip-flop, but sandal in non-upside down countries. Silly, I know, but this wouldn't leave my mind till I drew it. Antennae that make up the foot holder bits, I kind of wish I stuck with a more non-plus look. But I think the angry and fiendish look it's giving lends more to its nature as to shock you if you slid your foot in it. I decided upon for colours some brighter, more saturated tones, so it looks more like one of those bright sandals you buy for like $2 at a store. A real dinky looking piece of rubber, but surprise, it's a pest. This one is silly, but I think it helps fill the cockroach Pokemon niche. Flipshock, the roach Pokemon, a bug and electric type. Scuttling about and fitting into places it isn't supposed to be is Flipshock's greatest skills, and one of the many reasons it is a pest in Astara. Due to some strange adaptation, Flipshock took on the look of sandals, and will camouflage in just to shock people who try to slip it on. Because of this, sandals in the colours of Flipshock are banned. People who train Flipshock find that they are quite hardy, and can be stood on by things much heavier than it. You can ride them by having one on each foot. Small bonus one as it's on its leader's team and I haven't covered it yet. A beast form. When Phalanx first leaked, I thought it was this strange caterpillar Pokemon. I liked it. I liked it even more when I found out it was a bunch of Kirby characters in the Conga. This form is based on that and the premise that they evolved in Ultra Space to avoid losing one another. Damn it, this is just the human centipede, isn't it? Oh, well, the experiment was a success. We managed to get them all together properly. Phalanx, Beast Paradox form, the centipede Pokemon, a bug and fighting type. Theory suggests that this form of Phalanx evolved to avoid the loss of comrades in the group due to the harsh nature of ultra space. In this form they are well protected and can work together in perfect tandem. There seems to still be much of the original nature of our world's Phalanx to this form. It still seems able to fight proficiently using the spikes all over its body, sort of like a giant whip. We deem this a low-level threat, 2 stars, as it seems to only care about self-preservation and not mindless destruction. This form of Phalanx has a new ability called Challenger, which locks an opponent in and boosts Phalanx attack when the opponent uses a switch-in move successfully. Alright, before we continue, I've forgotten to mention the gym leader's trials. The things you do before you do the gyms. So here's a quick rundown for the others. For Fiona's, you'd navigate a kind of child's play park made to look like a construction site. You are only like 10 years old in these games, you can't actually go through proper construction sites. For Cassandra's, you'd guess Pokemon wearing fashion disguises and battle them if you're wrong. And for Sid's it would be a timed maze before you pass out from gases. Non-lethal of course, I know I just said that we're 10, but Sid seems like the kind to put 10-year-olds through this. And for our next gym leader, Miss Vesper, we would be doing a music minigame, not like Scarlet or Violet's weird yoga game, but a kind of hard one to an actual musical track. And depending on your score, you would battle multiple or no trainers. Vesper herself, I knew I wanted a thicker frame. I think more diversity in Pokemon trainers is great, so some bigger body types are always welcome. Vesper has partial references to Cricketune in her outfit due to her past. I wanted to keep her regal and those big long hair pieces would look great in motion and help add to her silhouette. Miss Vesper, the Pennant gym leader. Vesper was once part of the Cricketune Symphony in Sinnoh. During the Symphony's travels to other regions, she found herself feeling quite comfortable in Astara. Soon settling into the city of Pennant, known for its music scene, she also started working as the city's gym leader, a natural progression due to the bug types that call the Pennant surroundings home. Nowadays, Vesper enjoys challenging gym challenges to singing competitions, praising people not for their skill in singing, but their confidence and drive to try. In Vesper's first match, you'd fight a Titanosaur, Scodulate, a Flipshock, and Phalanx in his Beast Paradox form. And in a rematch, you'd fight Titanosaur, Scodulate, Flipshock, Phalanx in his Beast Paradox form, Aragumo, and Spidops in my redesigned form. Both Aragumo was from my Inktober videos, and Spidops from my previous redesign video. So with Vesper's badge claimed, there's something we have to go do. There have been sightings of massive Beast Paradox Pokemon in the region, and you've proven you're ready to fight them. There's still so many Pokemon to find and secrets to discover in the Astara region. But for now, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, drop a like and subscribe. And share this video around with people who may enjoy it, and comment what your favourite design of the video was. For the next video, we'll be going back to the beginning of the Astara region. Oh, and I have one final question for you. Which starter Pokemon would you like to pick?